Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back to your daily crypto news and analysis. And today we are going to be talking about Ripple and XRP, as well as the vast majority of crypto and finance. And with that being said, I hope that you are all having a beautiful day or a beautiful night wherever you guys are out there in the world. So right now, XRP is mainly just going sideways at the time that I am recording this. As we really look at a few things happening around this market, key levels are outlined. I've already talked to you guys a little bit about them when it comes to XRP. I've been addressing them for a little bit of time. Now, we recently just hit the first major level, which we will address in this video. But ultimately, what I really want to talk to you guys about is not the short term, but more so the near long term. And when I say that, I mean for the rest of this year, what we are really focused on is some key levels and watching where XRP can potentially go. The key levels that I'm watching for is $5 to $10. I've been talking about this for a while. Will those that are holding 1,000 XRP get rich this cycle? No. Long term, I could see XRP going to $50 to $100, and that is years from now. But in the short term, like I said, $5 to $10 is my safe bet. Now, do I know exactly where XRP is going to go? Do I know exactly what XRP is going to? No. Nobody does. The number one thing to focus on here, right, is being diversified, having a large stack of your high conviction blue chip projects, because XRP is a blue chip. Whether people like to admit it or not, XRP has been around for a very long time. It is one of the largest projects in this space. And you want to make sure that you have a basket of those blue chips, but then you also want to have some of those, high risk, high reward projects in the portfolio as well that could move very fast. That way you could take profits from those and kind of push it right into XRP or a blue chip of your choice. That way when they really take off, guess what? Now you have a lot more XRP or whatever the project is that you're actually looking at. And when it does take off, now you made a lot more money than what you would have prior to investing into those other projects. And this is how I work the market. I diversify the market. Because if you're not diversifying, then you are missing out. It's as simple as that. AI, real world asset tokenization projects, they have been extremely incredible for great ROI. But regardless, right, when we look at XRP, are we getting to the point where XRP holders are about to be very, very happy? In my opinion, yes, we are. So big shout out to XRP Drops. He has been looking at the overall data around trading volume. Yesterday, which was the 29th, was the highest daily XRP trading volume at $3.6 billion since July 19th, which was sitting at $3.9 billion. We have July 13th with almost $4 billion. XRP is not a security, which was the big headline heard around the world. Then we also have August 14th of 2021 with $12.1 billion. Right now, as we look at XRP, we are a little bit over $4 billion in trading volume. Currently speaking, at the time that I am recording this, trading volume is at $2.9 billion. It's actually down about 21.5%. Now, beyond that, as we really look at trading volume, is this a metric that everyone should be watching and following in order to see if XRP is about to run heavily or not? Well, when I look at trading volume in the space, I feel as though a lot of people think that trading volume, which is this $2.9 billion here, only means that that is buying volume. This is buying and selling volume for XRP. The good thing to note, though, is the fact that as we really look at XRP's trading volume versus some of the top 5 projects in this space, like BNB, for an example, the trading volume is actually significantly higher than BNB. And when we look at other projects in the space, you can clearly see the demand over a lot of those other projects. So there is still a lot of demand for XRP and a lot of trading activity happening around XRP as well. But does this matter at all right now? In my opinion, yes. I do think that we still need to focus on this because this is showing us demand for XRP at the same exact time that we are watching the charts. Big shout to JD. If you guys don't know, me and JD, as well as Tokenizer, actually run the Crypto Wealth Network. This is a group that we have a ton of information in. There's technical analysis, trading techniques, undervalued gems, portfolio insights, essential information, and even project research. There is a ton of information in this. If you guys did want to go check it out, you guys are more than welcome to, with the links down in the description below, as well as in the comments below. But regardless, JD did put out a post regarding XRP. He's actually been charting it heavily in the Patreon group, as well as in the Discord group. And we have XRP, oh boy, monthly close today. Last 2 times XRP did the following. It went to the moon. Bounce off the multi-year trend line, created a monthly engulfing candle close, retweet/like for a monthly close update. 5 different XRP charts will be posted tonight in the Patreon and also the Discord. Now, as we look at the overall chart here, he's actually looking at the total market cap chart for XRP. He's not looking at the XRP USD pair or the XRP Bitcoin pair, but just the overall market cap chart, which is actually very interesting because this is a chart that not a lot of people look at. But regardless, we did get a bounce off of the bottom trend line. The best part about this, though, is the levels that I outlined on the USD pair. Now, I'm looking at this on the monthly because we just got the monthly candle close for February. And as you guys do see, we closed right at the 58.65 cent level that I kept telling you guys about. Now, we closed right at it. This is technically resistance, but look at where this monthly candle is currently. We are trading just above that resistance zone and also above the trend line on the monthly. This is very good. And the best part about this as well on the lower time frames, so let's go to the 4-hour chart. One thing that I do want to take note of here is the fact that we've already backtested this level multiple times, and so far we have held it. I would love for us to hold and maintain above 58.65 cents for the remaining time that we have before the weekly candle close, which is this Sunday, which is a big one that I'm watching for. Also, keynote on the level, told you guys 62.5 cents is a big level for us to watch. We did get a perfect wick to it. We did reject off of it. But it's great that we just recently retested that because, again, the more tests that we do have against resistance, the weaker that resistance zone gets, which means the next time that we do retest it, it will have a potential break above it, leading to the next level, which is 66.5 cents. All of this, and I know how annoying it is to hear all of this because charts, blah, blah, blah for most people. But regardless, charts is the best thing that we have for data to tell us what could potentially happen. Not a guarantee, but what potentially could happen. The thing that I'm really watching for right now is for us to maintain this level, which so far we've been holding this level. We just recently retested the trend line, as you guys do see on the daily chart as well. And we are breaking above the 58.65 cent level. 62.5 cents once broken leads us to 66.5 cents. After that, and I'm going to actually go to the weekly chart here. After that level is broken, the next key resistance zone is 75 cents. Do you guys remember the fake BlackRock announcement of an XRP ETF? It was right here, the week of November 13th of 2023. Look at the level that we hit perfectly, 75 cents. Even the narratives and the fake news will play into technicals. This was a resistance retest. On the monthly, you can also see where there is some resistance. And again, going back to November, this is that candle wick to 75 cents. But on the monthly, resistance is a little bit different. Do you see where the resistance zone is? Again, candle close, the candle body is where the candle actually closes. This is actually at almost 70 cents exact. And we've already hit a wick to that in December. And again, we reject it off of it. And this was actually a pretty rough rejection. It's typically a rough rejection every single time as well. Even if we go back to August, we could actually see the rejection here. And it's also the same resistance zone that we tapped back in July and closed under. Closed at, sorry. And this allowed us to actually have this major rejection back down to this trend line. We retested it. We also got that retest over here as well in January, and we even retested it back in February as well. And we've so far held the 50-cent line, which in my opinion is probably the bottom for XRP. Now is time for us to watch for a major move to the upside. And that's where this chart comes into play from JD, because if we are about to break over this trend line, and if we're about to break over this trend line on the USD pair as well, then we are watching for a retest of $1.60, which is the monthly resistance on the monthly chart. On the weekly chart, and if we go back to 2021, there is some resistance that we really need to watch for. 92 cents is the first major area that I'm really looking at in terms of resistance, which I've been talking to you guys about for a while. That's a major macro resistance zone. After 92 cents, that's where we really kind of look at the highs from 2021 to be retested and potentially get a break to the all-time highs and go into price discovery, which is not... Like, this is something that we have been waiting for since going all the way back to 2017, 2018. Now, what are some key contributing factors to actually help push XRP even higher? Well, it's what's happening right now around the Fed and even Bitcoin. So as we really look at Bitcoin and crypto, we are watching the Fed this month because guess what? March, we have an FOMC meeting, which is going to decide if the Fed is going to either raise rates or cut rates. Everyone is watching for them to either raise or cut. Everyone's on the fence. Everyone's waiting. The big thing that I mentioned is if the Fed doesn't raise rates next month, I don't see how Bitcoin doesn't make a new all-time high by the end of March or the first half of April. Now, for those that are a little bit confused by this, I just want to give you guys a quick little breakdown from Peter Schiff. He actually put out a post, which, by the way, full transparency, Peter is a crypto bear. He does not like crypto. He doesn't like Bitcoin. But what he doesn't realize is what's bullish for gold is also bullish for crypto. But he said incoming economic data continues to evidence a weakening U.S. economy and strengthening inflation. So far, investors haven't noticed or don't understand the implication. The Fed needs to raise interest rates, but won't. This is bearish for the dollar and bullish for gold. Now, the reason why we know that the Fed won't raise interest rates is because that won't be good. Right? When we look at the idea of raising rates during an election year, that's something that is unheard of. Go back in time and go look at history. The Fed is not going to raise interest rates. I would be very surprised if they did. And if they did, well, that's when you really want to watch out if you are invested into crypto or even gold or silver or whatever. But if they don't raise interest rates, guess what? That means the dollar is going to turn over, collapse. And by the way, when we look at the dollar, one thing that I really do want to mention as well on this chart is check out the weekly on the US dollar. Here we are retesting the trend line. We're watching for this to actually break down. I have this level that we tapped recently back in the middle of February. It was actually February 12th. The last time that we actually tapped this level, it was back here in May of 2022 before we had a major retest of around roughly 101 and a half. So very interesting. If we have that same repeat, if we have that same pattern repeat, then we would ultimately be watching for a retest of the bottom trend line here, which we've so far had 1, 2, 3, 4 weekly candles of us actually having a test of this bottom trend line. And if we do have a breakdown to this level, I'm watching for around like roughly 102 or so, which is enough to actually push the market significantly higher. And that will happen if we have the Fed not raising interest rates. That will be bearish for the dollar, bullish for gold, silver, crypto, and even stocks. And guess what? That FOMC meeting is on March 19th through the 20th. The 20th is the date where we actually get a decision from the Fed. At the same exact time that we are seeing ETFs continuing to surge, we are starting to see a lot more ETF interest from Bank of America, actually, and even Wells Fargo. I also think Merrill Lynch might have put out something. But there's been so many big names. I haven't even been keeping up with a lot of the names that are already offering ETFs besides like BlackRock because they've been a big buyer. They've been having so much volume and it's been dwarfing every other major ETF. But regardless, ETFs are going to continue to pop up. They're going to continue to launch, and it's only going to provide even more and more demand and volume for the entire ecosystem of crypto. But one thing that I will say is a lot of people are saying, oh, there's not going to be a rotation from Bitcoin into altcoins because these are ETFs, so the money is trapped there. But the big thing that I want you all to understand is that with the ETF discussions and with all of the demand from it, all of the money from it as well, it's pushing Bitcoin higher. There's a lot of Bitcoin whales out there that were positioned before any of this. They are going to rotate profits as well. It happens every single time, regardless of ETFs or not. Altcoins will see a significant surge. I'm watching for what the Fed is going to do because, like I said, I do believe that the Fed is most likely not going to raise interest rates. I would be very surprised if they did, but we definitely need to keep a close eye out on it. In my opinion, when we really look at what's going on with gold, with what's going on with Bitcoin and crypto and all that kind of stuff, it all needs to be focused on what the Fed is also going to do. If you're not focused on what the Fed is doing, that's okay. You don't need to, but in my opinion, it definitely does matter. But with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe to notifications on because more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord in the description below. And with that being said, guys, this has been Nick. Thanks for watching. Peace out.